done this afternoon. We got there in the end, got the 3 points. Patience, perhaps, it was the watchword today?
100%. I thought we dominated large periods of that game. Some people say we didn't penetrate a lot, but when you're working a team from left to right, gaps do appear. They did appear in the first half. Said to the boys at half time, you know, they had a couple of breakaways, but nothing sort of major. Their keeper tipped over a couple. I think we hit the crossbar and the scramble, but I think all in all we deserved victory.
Definitely, and you kind of sensed at that point that possibly a goal was coming. We were starting to get behind them more and more, weren't we?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I thought Smalley was unplayable today. I thought he was superb. Obviously, we brought him off near the end because legs were going slightly, but you know, we've been telling them, you know, you get that ball across the 6-yard box and anything can happen, and you know, obviously it did, but it was no more than what we deserved.
Oh, definitely, and really a good combination, perhaps the best they've played together this season, James Folks and Jared Small. Yeah,
you know, sort of like Parts and Joe on the other side, they've struck up a relationship over the last year or so. You know, Smalley with the assist today, but he put in some teasing balls, the same as James. And like you said, patience, I think, told all in all today, because the only way I thought they would have scored is we dropped off after we scored a little bit, but apart from that, you know, we were dominant.
And it is really difficult, isn't it, when teams come here to Longmead. It's a nice pitch, and they set up with 2 lines of 4, possibly just one lone striker. It's really difficult sometimes to penetrate, isn't it?
It is, and you see it at the top level of football. I mean, some people watch the game and they go, oh, we're just going side to side, or we're not penetrating. But no disrespect, you watch Barcelona on the telly and Man City, teams do that to them, and they don't win 4-5-6-0 every week, do they? You know, they hopefully get the chance, or once we scored the first one, obviously it was late on in the game, but they had to come at us and the gaps were opening, and you know, we started to press them and we had a couple of chances after that.
And to be honest, in a sense, they were possibly more dangerous first half, Whitehawk. They actually did have 2 or 3 half chances. I think Nathaniel Pinney had a shot on the turn, didn't he? Maybe a couple of shots on the turn. Second half, I can't really remember them doing very much at all, apart from the fact they did have the ball more often at times, but didn't really penetrate very much.
No, I mean, they pushed their full-backs on a lot higher, which mean their wide men were pushed on, so they ended up with like 4 up front at sometimes during the game. And you know, teams are going to have chances. There ain't a game around where teams don't have chances. You know, I said to the lads before the game, you know, people look at stats. I'm a bit of a nerd when it comes to that sort of thing, but you beat the teams. If you want to be successful, you've got to beat the teams who are in the bottom half of the table. You know, I think that's 7 teams we played in the bottom half as it stands at the moment. We've won 7 games, and you know, they're the games that sometimes teams slip up against.
Definitely. Well, to a certain extent, we did that last season a little bit, didn't we?
Yeah, and you know, you get lucky at times. I know, you know, Whitehawk have got injuries, and we've got them at a time where some of them aren't 100% fit. One of them come off early, so with a bit of luck as well, you know, you get those results. But
I think some of them had only just joined. Well, one of them only just joined yesterday or something.
Yes, like yes, from Leverett, I think the full-back, centre half, some Welling on loan, the big centre half. But you know, dress it as much. We deserved it today, and I thought we moved the ball fast. And they deserve their clean sheet. Definitely,
that was well done. So Kingstonian on Wednesday, isn't it?
Yeah. Wednesday, yeah.
Your thoughts about that? I think they won a game today. They unfortunately for us, you could say their form has improved quite a bit, hasn't it? Of recent
yeah, I mean, Lee at the start of the season, you know, he signed a lot of players. You know, it's quite public that he signed a lot of players, and he doesn't hide in the fact that, you know, he's got some good players on good money, but he had a lot of injuries at the start of the season. A lot of people didn't see that. They just saw the result. And, you know, he's got a lot of them players back now. And, you know, you've got Theophanis up front with the Staines boy. And yes, they're a good side. They'll be a good side. It's a tight pitch there. So I'm expecting it'll be a good battle. But, you know, I think our boys can mix it with, if they want to battle football. We're trying to play more football this year, which I hope everyone's happy with. And it'll be a nice surface. So, you know, we'll see what happens.
And then we're back in the cup again on next Saturday against Dorking.
Yep, that'll be very, very AstroTurf. It's not the best. It doesn't, you know, it's got a lot of that rubber crumb stuff on it. You know, there'll be, when that happens, it is a bit of a, you know, in their favour. You know, some teams have got a lovely surface on the Astro, but that's got a lot of rubber crumb and it's slow. And you know, they got Jason. They got good players. They had someone sent off today, I believe. So
they did indeed.
They're going to have someone missing.
Who will be missing on Saturday? Yeah.
Same as us.
Yeah,
But you know, hopefully it'll be a good game of football. Mark's a lovely bloke. Their manager, he likes them to play.
Yeah.
Could have been a nicer draw for them and us.
Yeah, I mean, everyone said, didn't they? You know, all our supporters said, "Oh, terrible draw, terrible draw." Yeah. I'm sure they'll think
exactly the same as us. Of course they will. You know, they'll think exactly the same as us, and you know, we'll go there confident, but we'll get Wednesday out of the way. We'll train on Monday. No days off.
Busy week.
Busy week, but if you want to be successful, you've got to put the hours in.
Definitely. Well, well done today, Barry, to yourselves and all the players. I thought they really did well today, really worked at it and got the deserved result in the end.
Yep, cheers, top man. Cheers, mate.
Thanks.
Well, I guess we had to be patient, but well deserved in the end, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, the gaffer said from the very start we're going to have to be patient. We expected them to sit in and let us have a lot of the ball, so we knew that from the start. It's a little bit one of those towards the end where you're thinking, we're being a bit patient, but are we being over patient? You know, because we had a few chances when really we should be tucking them away. But yeah, I mean, the boys knocked the ball around really nicely. I think for a long time, that's probably the best we've played in terms of free-flowing football. You know, the two wide men and the full-backs were causing all sorts of problems, and the amount of crosses and stuff we got in the box today. We do that more often, and the chances will come. So I think, to be honest, 2-0 flattered them, and that's how good we was, to be honest, today.
Yeah, and I mean, I think it was something like 79th and 90th minutes, the two goals. I mean, did you fear it wouldn't come?
I did think it would come. I did think we'd get one, but obviously you think, you know, there's that little glimmer where you think, is it definitely going to be there? But I knew the chances would come. I knew the chances would be there. It's just a matter of being a little bit calm and tucking it away. And then obviously Joe, fantastic finish with his, and great ball from Folks, who caused all sorts of problems. So it settled it down, and we knew then obviously we just had to shut up shop and just keep moving the ball as he was.
Yeah, I suppose as the game goes later, there's sort of more of a temptation to sort of, you know, firing shots from distance rather
than that's it. Yeah, you can force it. Yeah, you can force it a little bit, and like you say, you can play passes maybe you wouldn't normally do. You'd maybe try and go forward a little bit earlier, but we didn't. We were still patient. We still moved it around nicely. We still waited for the opening. You know, we didn't shoot from distance. We weren't just sort of you know, pot chances. We were still creating some great openings, and I say on another day we're probably 3-0 up at half time, and then it settles all the nerves, and you end up sort of 5 and 6. And like I say, they couldn't have argued that we deserved that.
What's the theory as to why it seems to us harder to win at home than away?
I think it's because teams come here and they shut up shop, and I think that's where people need to understand that it's very difficult to play against 11 players that just sit in front of a goal. You know, it's a small target then when you've got 11 players in front of it, and a lot of teams do that. You look at maybe Lewis that didn't do that, but other than that, most teams have come out and they've just sat there. I mean, it makes it difficult. Away from home, it's their job to come out at us, and we then cause problems. And when teams are sitting in there, it makes it very, very tough. And you see that today. As much as we did create chances, you know, they're dying for the calls their side, and they're making it difficult when crosses are going in the box. They're throwing themselves at it, and they're not really pressing you in our half. So it makes it difficult, and that's the only difference. You know, teams come here. It's a big club. You know, it's a big club for this level. We're top of the league, so teams don't come here to win. They come here just to get whatever they can. You know, and so that makes it tough.
Yeah, and that was apparent from the sort of, I mean, nothing wrong with the, you know, the time wasting angle, as some people might put it, because, you know, everybody would do that.
Yeah,
but that was from very early on.
Yeah,
you know,
it's part of parcel of football, and I'm sure the gaffer probably spoke to their manager, and I'm sure he didn't come here expecting to get anything from the game. I'm sure his team talk beforehand was, you know, sitting there, don't go chasing, because we will pick teams off if they do that. You know, our front four are very, very strong, and ones that come off the bench that play those positions, they cause a lot of problems, and I wouldn't want to be playing against. You look at Jared Small today, you know, what he did to their left back, you know, is outrageous really. Yeah. You know, he absolutely destroyed him. I felt for the kid because he was a young lad, and when you've got players like that do that sort of damage to people, you know, we're always confident that we're going to go and we'll get chances. It's just about taking them.
A little bit about your game and your season. I mean, I've seen you play in an awful lot of positions for us and for other clubs, but you played as you know, in front of the back four all season.
Yeah,
do you prefer that playing?
Yeah, I enjoy that role. Yeah, I enjoy that role, and I said to the gaffer, I think it was Haybrid Swifts last year, and I said to him, I'm not full back no more. I'm either a centre half or a centre midfielder. And he went, for me, you're a holding midfielder for me anyway. And that's where I've played, and I really enjoy it there. That's where I think I'm most comfortable. You know, I grew up playing that position all my life. So as much as I've played a full back, probably the majority of my adult career, senior career if you like, it was still always been out of position for me. I've still been learning it with every game, but whereas centre midfielder, I prefer that role and sitting in there just protecting and just getting us ticking. So yeah, I'm loving it at the moment. So really, really good.
I know that Parky's had to play at the back for parts of the last couple of games or so, hasn't he? But the pair of you, I think you deserve a lot of credit this season for our very strong defensive record.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's the whole team, but I do feel it's made. We experience, we know the game, we know sort of how it works, and we're happy just to sit in there. And I think that makes a difference when you're happy just to sit there and when you've got the front four like that. I don't need to join in. You know, I can't do the things they can do. It's impossible for me to do that, so I let them do that. I sit in there and just do what I'm good at, and like I say, let them go and do their thing. So it's about, you know, putting the right people in the right places, and I do think me and Parky do complement each other well. He looks after one side, I look after the other, and we trust each other, so it's working really, really well at the moment. So.
And then it's Kingstonian midweek, and here we are, first week in November, and we're sort of dropped a single point away from home, so confident you can continue.
Absolutely, there's no reason why not. Yeah, no reason why not, and we'll go there and we'll be exactly the same as we have. You know, it's no sort of tactical genius behind it. It's just keep doing what you're doing, you know, keep being difficult to beat, and then let the front 4 and 5 and whatever, you know, step in and do what they have to do, and we'll do that with Kingstonian. It won't be a problem. We won't go there and fear anything. We'll go there to win the game as we have. And like I say, it's crazy that we haven't conceded away from home. I didn't realise that until Hornchurch. So yeah, why not? There's no reason why not.
Let's hope so. Brilliant.
Thank you. Cheers, guys.
Well, great.
Thank you.